learning. I figured who better to learn with than the internet, you know? At least this is the way I learned. You know, this is the...
I'm on Bay Street, yeah, now I'm on Young Street, now I'm on Front Street.
I normally don't like shooting music videos, but as soon as I heard the song for this one, I knew it had potential. With a name like Toronto Funhouse, a catchy beat, shouting out iconic streets in Toronto, Sebastian and I knew we can do something fun with this one, but that doesn't mean it didn't come with its own challenges. The biggest challenge was the budget and the run-and-gun nature of this shoot. We were shooting at locations with no permits, and we were risking getting kicked out, which was a risk we were willing to take from the start. That's exactly the approach we wanted to take with this shoot. A sort of film school style approach of just running around with a camera, and that's exactly what we told security guards when we were getting kicked out of locations. But things were planned really well, but still things went wrong. We knew from the start we'd be getting scrappy with things and wearing multiple hats, which I'll discuss in this video. Firstly, we had to discuss the look of the video, which is such an important part in pre-production because as a cinematographer, that'll usually dictate a lot of the technical choices you'll make on your shoot. Sebastian, our director, threw some keywords at me like wide angle, shallow depth of field, high angle, whip pans. We were both on the same page, but it's always good to make a mood board. So Sebastian and I shared some images back and forth, most of which I found on Frameset. Frameset is a service I genuinely use for all of my shoots. It's great for just browsing and finding inspiration, or in our case, looking for something that's more specific. I was able to filter through some of those keywords Sebastian and I discussed, which gave us a cohesive language for our video. Check them out using the link in my bio and get 10% off when you use the code MATTATIA.
Cool. So we learned about frame sets, you know, stay on beat. Dear God, help me better me. That must have been a really good poem on me.
After we had established our visual language, we discussed what camera package we would shoot on.
Is there a reason why you want to shoot FX3 over the C200?
You know, I'm not saying no, but I'm just being like, you know, if we're just talking about things to cut.
I just think for the scenarios we're going to be in, like we're going to be in low light, where it's going to be have to rig to a car. And normally I don't really care about gear, but for this one it was actually an important factor just because the amount of different shooting scenarios we were going to be in. There was a lot of different exterior locations, which meant run and gun. There was a rave scene, which meant low light capabilities, and there was a hostess tray shot, so we wanted something that was lightweight.
Yeah, I'm thinking budget.
We talked about shooting everything on one wide angle lens.
But I just think 12 is going to be a bit too wide.
But I think an 18 is like a safer.
So we landed on the 18mm Supreme Prime from Zeiss, and this is my first time ever using really high-end glass. It honestly took a huge chunk of our budget, but it was really the star of the show, so I don't regret it. And for all the gearheads out there, here's Nick, my first AC, breaking down this beautiful rig.
The base of our rig here, Sony FX3, we have the Metabones PL to E adapter, allowing us to mount this beautiful 18mm Zeiss Supreme Prime. Matte box on the front, bright tangerine misfit, some shape handles to allow for easy handheld maneuvering.